Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. And we're talking about Dynamite, homecoming to Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. We got Excalibur, Taz, and Tony on commentary. We started off with a bang. This is January 10th, 2024. Hangman Adam Page versus Claudio Castagnoli. We were watching this match, and Hangman Adam Page got the win. And my daughter's like, Daddy, the guy with the long hair, he won. I was like, I know. And she goes, what about the bald one that looks like you? I was like, man, I would kill to look like Claudio. them big muscles and everything. I was like, all I have acquired to even consider looking like Claudio was the bald head of mine. And I was like, say his name. And she did. She goes, I said, Claudio. She goes, Claudio. And I said, Castagnoli. She goes, Castagnoli. She goes, it sounds like a pasta. But fun match, man. It was fun watching with her, because she doesn't tune in a lot, but she pretty much sat through this whole show, and she was playing Tokaboka and stuff like that, and she was like, oh, that's cool, you know, asked me like, how did they not get hurt, or how did they not get this and that, and I was just like, oh, and then explain how a bump is and all this and that. So a little bonding time, and we go on to remember Brody Lee. Big one we lost, you know. R.I.P. It's crazy, man. Everyone we've lost so far, especially in the wrestling community. 8-man tag team match. We have Lance Archer, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony versus Preston Vance, Orange Cassidy, Adam Copeland, and Dustin Rhodes. Who do you think got the win? They got the win. Preston, Orange, Adam, Dustin. You know, they all got the win. It was okay. It was a fun match. This show was like, for a homecoming, there was some cool things here and there. Bullet Club Gold were in the back, and they get interrupted by the Acclaimed, and Renee's there as well. And the Acclaimed's like, yeah, we should get together, form the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. And, you know, this faction, this group, and then Jay's like, hey, we ain't that. We're a gang, baby. And the Acclaimed Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Daddy Ass is like, what? What's going on? And here we go. Samoa Joe comes out. He's got a new championship. He's looking good. Cuts a great promo. Here comes Swerve. He wants a title shot. Here comes Hangman Adam Page. Of course, he wants a title shot. But here we go. This is the part I really wanted to talk about of the show, okay? Because it was announced that next week it will be Hook versus Samoa Joe for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, okay? Let that sink in. This is all started because Mr. Tony Khan had to get on the Twitter and go tweet something and bring WWE into it. I don't know why. Everybody I've seen, to all the reports, are like, that was a stupid move. But to prove a point, and his feelings got hurt, we have this championship match now with Samoa Joe and Hook. Do I think Hook can beat Samoa Joe? Fuck no. No matter the impressive whatever 1001 record he has, I don't see him beating a Samoa Joe. Will he give Samoa Joe a good fight? Probably. But Samoa Joe's going to get that ass. So, and on this, you know, because Jinder Mahal's getting his shot at the World Heavyweight Championship against Seth Rollins, and now we got this match coming up next week, all because of this tweet Tony put out. And now Jinder, not really on social media, just says, who the fuck is Hook? And automatically we got this booking right here. So Taz must be happy. And we have the Hook signal, which I found very silly. You know, after Swerve is there, Hangman, they all leave, and Samoa Joe's music hits, and then Hook's music hits, and he looks up, and he sees the Hook signal. I'm like, what in the blazing fuck? I was like, what? Why? What is this? Is this necessary to have the man have his own Hook signal? I think not. But okay, I will roll with it, I guess. But that new championship's nice and shiny, and Samoa Joe is not losing that title anytime soon. I would rather, if he was going to lose it to anyone, it would be a Swerve Strickland. But we still got a lot of story to tell and a lot of road for 2024. Then we have Sammy Guevara versus Ricky Starks. Fun match. Sammy got the win. Ricky Starks, and they shake hands, and I was like, here comes Big Bill. Boom, here comes Big Bill. I'm like, all right, just beat him up and let's move on. No, Chris Jericho's music hits, and I'm just like, I cringe now. I cringe at it. And the fact that this man tried to hit a code breaker and half-assed that to Big Bill made me laugh out loud so bad. I was like, yeah, Tony. Then they have a big tag team championship match at Battle of the Belts, and I'm just like, it just stop. Just stop. Like, then while they're fighting, all of them are brawling. Big Bill, Sammy, Chris, and Ricky. Jericho's music is still playing. I get it. You want them to sing the fucking song. I get it. I was like, but it doesn't need to play throughout the entire brawl unless you're, like, trying to channel out the booze and shit. Like, this was just one of those things. I just feel like Tony should have just said, you know what? And I've said it before, Jericho, just go away for a little bit. Let's figure this out. Let everyone forget this. Let, you know, what's going on. Get your shit figured out. But no, I don't know what he has on Tony. I don't know what deal he has with Tony. I don't know what NDA he signed with Tony. You know, but I just think Chris Jericho right now just needs to go away. Yeah. So, and this whole thing was awful. Especially that code breaker with that like huge miss of it just made me just like, ugh. Then his music playing, I was like, ugh, okay. 8 women's tag team match. Thunder Rosa, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, Anna Jay versus the spooky ones. Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Saraya, Ruby Soho with Harley on the outside. Crazy. These women were smacking the shit out of each other, and I loved it. Thunder Rosa, Chris, Willow, and Anna Jay got the win. If you want to see a fun match, I gotta say this was my match of the night because these women tore down the house. And I was like, okay, all right, I want to see more of this. I want to see the development of this women's division to go strong in 2024. Yuta, Eddie Kingston package. They got a match at Rampage for the Continental Crown Championship. That's going to be a banger. I know it's going to be a banger. Do you know it's going to be a banger? I think it's going to be a banger. It's going to be fun. Next up, we have Brian Keith, the Bounty Hunter, versus Roderick Strong. Who's going to win that? Huh? In Undisputed Kingdom's outside, Roderick Strong gets the win. I'm still like, all right, let's see where we go with this, you know. And I really want an Undisputed Kingdom shirt. I know I don't need it, but I want it. And they do a promo after. Adam Cole says, you know, hyping up everybody. And Mr. Roderick Strong's going to go after that International Championship. And Wardlow's going to go after the AEW World Championship. They want gold around the waist. And I don't know when Adam's going to be, you know, I don't know when Adam's going to be ready to go. But he's just, it's always in the chair. It's always with the crutch and stuff like that. So we shall see, though. We shall see where we go with this and the stories we can tell. And like I said, it's only January. And we got a long road. We got a long stretch. And we got a Revolution that's coming up in March. So, and the big Battle of the Belts that's coming up, too. So, a lot of stuff we can do. Renee's with Diana Rarazzo. I hope I said that right. Every time I see her, I'm like, oh, my God. And you know what is the one thing I will say that's like, I'm supposed to be, as a person who watched the show, automatically know the name of every single person. After watching a product for so long, yes, you get that. But with her, she's very new to AEW. I'm still, you know, and I'm not really familiar with her work or anything outside, you know, like Mariah May or anything like that. Like I'm watching here on AEW, but at least put the fucking name under her. So I could be like, oh, okay, that, Deanna, okay, cool, all right, you know, and especially if somebody walks in and like that, I'm like, I know it's silly and we should know the names, but it's just, I think it's respectful to be like, okay, that's Deanna and that's so-and-so, okay, cool. You know, just a little name card, just a little bit. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Tornado tag team match, Tanosuke Takeshita, Powerhouse Hobbs versus Sting and Darby with Ric Flair. Woo! And I gotta say, like, there's a spot with Takeshita and Hobbs where they kind of swing, and JR's on commentary. They swing poor old Darby, and man, that kid really needs to watch himself, man. He snapped his head on that rope so hard. I know he likes to be hardcore and all this, that, but man, that he just really needs to be careful in a lot of his matches, and that made me cringe. But fun spots. He did the coffin drop to Kesha off the the thing where they're at, and then the Daly's place is a weird setup. So, but there were some fun spots. Sting got Powerhouse Hobbs into the table, Scorpion Death Drop, and like he missed the first table, but he hit the second table. So I was like, damn, they should have pushed that a little bit farther out. But that's what got the win. Sting, Darby. Then Tony gets in the ring and says, "Hey, who's gonna be your opponent at Revolution? Who's Sting's final? Who's he gonna face?" And all of a sudden, Super Kick Party! The Young Bucks come out with the little mustaches, the book stashes. And I was like, oh, is this a hint? Is Sting's final match going to be a tag team match? I was like, well, if you're going to do it, I guess with the Young Bucks, right? With the little buck stashes. So the Young Bucks are back. Everybody under the sun is going after Samoa Joe. It's him and Hook next week, so a lot of stuff going down. I give this show a solid 4 out of 5. Favorite match of the night was the 8-women tag team match. I had a lot of fun with that match, and this match was cool, but there was just some scary spots in the main event. But all right, y'all, Dynamite, January 10th, 2024, Jacksonville, Florida, homecoming to Daly's Place. Excalibur, Taz, and Tony on commentary. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Tell me what you thought of the show, and after that, remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Joe.